Dear Diary, I started having daymares on April 20, exactly 12 days from April 8. A quantum wave trolley approaches a plate with a double slit. On the other end of each slit is a crystal that will split the wave trolley into an entangled pair of wave trolleys with half the energy of the original. You stand next to a lever that operates 7 wave trolley detectors. These detectors are placed on the tracks that the entangled pairs will go through. Right after the detectors, people are tied down to the track, placed inside a box transparent only to the trolley frequency of the EM spectrum. This means you can't know if they are dead or alive until the box opens. If you activate the detectors, you will force the trolley's wave function to collapse into a single trolley particle by revealing which slit it went through. This would instantly kill one of the 2 persons in front of the detectors on one side, but also have a 50% chance of killing a single person on the other end, or a 25% chance of killing 4 or none, depending on the final direction that the particle trolley goes through. If you do nothing, you might kill everyone or no one, or some in some worlds and some in others, but you don't know which is it, because you haven't figured out whether the correct interpretation is Copenhagen, or Many Worlds, or Pilot Wave, or any other. There is one last problem. You are a virtue ethicist, and so you are probably unaware of any developments after Aristotle, and you're only vaguely aware that the 20th century happened, because you might have read McIntyre or Anscombe, so you have no idea what any of this means or how to approach it. What do you do, Wizards of the Coast? What do you do?
April 25th. Exactly 17 days from April 8th. I hoped to crack open these 50 packs that I purchased this morning. However, they are still locked. Perhaps I have to wait till later in the evening. In the meantime, since I'm going to be cracking open a bunch of packs and running commentary on War of the Spark as a result, I'm just going to show how packs work normally. So, you go over here, you pick which one you want. Now, I'm still missing some Steelbreaker Champions and a couple Teferis, so I'm going to pick Dominaria. Usually they're about 1,000 gold a pop, but if you have a good amount of gems, you can get more packs in bulk. That's basically it. Then you go over here to packs, the user interface, and then you click on them, and then the moment you click on them, it's going to work out like this. Sometimes you'll get some common and uncommon wild cards. Those are usually a good thing. You can get whatever stragglers you need to finish off a set. That's what I use them for. Or to get specific cards that you don't otherwise have. Usually you get a mythic or rare of choice. Most of them are personally jank. This guy in particular looks like he's just jank, since there's no brawl format to exploit. Also, I really wish that Wizards of the Coast didn't just callously discard brawl like it was junk. But that's how these work. Also, packs only give you 8 cards. I wonder if that's just for memory storage purposes, but your gold is usually better spent on drafts. For example, ranked drafts and traditional drafts. Although traditional drafts have a ticket to ride that is basically covered in gems only. So you're probably going to end up spending a lot of cash on those gems unless you know what to do with events. Which I don't, and haven't for a while. I tried to do multiple events, some of the one-off events actually, for funny one-off MTG Arena videos. Most of my end results were too dull for these videos to be successful, so I just didn't bother. At any rate, though, that's what I'm hoping for later on when I can actually open these. See ya. I waited whole hours for this. let's get started. My villain's pack? Yes, my villain's path begins with...
I do hope you make this battle exciting for me.
with her. She is mine. Oh, I get the sleeves. And the 50 card. Or, well, more like 300 cards. I'm claiming all of these. And now for the next step. Opening these bad boys. Alright, so the first one is going to grant me a Sahili and a rare wild card. Alright. So 2 rares, basically. Okay, so... no Planeswalker in this one. Alright. Oh, yay. And a Tulsimir, which might actually be really cool. Ooh, even more. And I got another Tulsimir. Interesting. I feel like the wild cards are substitutes. Yeah, this is about right.
People, not so much.
Why did they use up pack space on a Vivian card? I'm confused. Why not just reprint the Planeswalkers? I mean, most of them are already standard legal, I guess, but... Hello, it's another rare wild card. Okay, I like this card, but for a specific commander deck I want to make. This one too. Let us proceed. Another feather. Evolution Sage is going into my Lord Windgrace commander deck whenever I decide to make that thing finally. Alright. Hi, Summit. Why didn't they just reprint your... Amonkhet card? This one's just a jank rare, or jank uncommon. That is actually... the design philosophy of War of the Spark still astonishes me.
Feel the heat of my flames!
Also, this card requires me to do mono green. Alright, so... I like the idea of this card. The aesthetic, rather. I have trouble with how it makes sense aesthetically or even lore-wise to War of the Spark. Why did they use up... I'm confused by a lot of the Planeswalkers they chose, because they didn't even need to reprint or make new Planeswalkers of Dovin, Froska, Domri, Rahal Zarek, or Kaya. That's wasted pack space. Wasted card design space, too. Jesus. Hello, Tonic. I'm probably going to see you soon.
I'm known for my excellent type.
No, you're not. But this is not a bad version of you. I just prefer your Dominaria version. Pants down. Alright. Oh, finally a mythic wild card. I didn't know what to spend it on, so... Oh, this will be fun to play with. Ooh, good. I can get the remaining 2 playsets of Teferi and work on Sullivan Jeskai. Good. Oh hey, 3 Planeswalkers in a single booster pack of 8 cards. That is really lucky.
Let's see if you're worthy.
Probably not. Come on, I want a Nicol Bolas Dragon God. I could take that too. This is a lot of stuff in the vault. Yeah, I'm still really nonplussed about this one, but at least it's an enchantment. Kind of. Some of the Planeswalkers are basically glorified enchantments, which confuses me immensely. Okay, as for Invade the City, this is probably my favorite sorcery, because I can use this with Drakes and Sullivan Jeskai. Sort of. It's not quite Jeskai because the zombies are the zombie army is black, but it works thematically. Ooh, I like this too. Oh, nice. This pretty much is only practical in Commander. Also, why is Gideon's Triumph a thing? At all? Just, why did you use up design space on this card? I am disappointed. Alright. I want to get a game mat with this art. But, yeah. Otherwise, I just want to get... The art of this card looks really good. I might need to make a commander deck for this. Why did they make a sorcery for the Elder Spell that isn't legendary and isn't expensive? I'm confused. Why is the Elder Spell so easy to cast for black? I'm astonished. Also, this literally requires me to play Planeswalkers. Otherwise, it's kinda useless. For something called the Elder Spell, I would have assumed it was more of a finisher combo. Oh well, it's definitely not an early game card, so... guess there's that.
The undead make great minions. Loyal and silent.
When I was 9, I wanted to be a necromancer, but my hopes were dashed in an IBSL biology class in my senior year of high school. I sometimes wonder if I personally resonate with Liliana Vest too much. Why didn't they just reprint the Angrath from Ixalan? One of them. Jesus. He goes through a completely flat character arc. He does not gain anything of value from Ravnica. Why do you not just reprint? God. This was an easy solution. Right.
I look forward to seeing you running away.
I look forward to seeing you die. 'Cause you're literally a scrappy character. To a T. Wait, there's no T in scrappy. Never mind. Oh good, I have one of these. I don't think I'll be able to make a deck where it's practical, using standard rules. Next.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Well, I have room for you in mono green. I have a use for you. But really, why not just reprint Karn Liberated? Just, Jesus. This requires an EDH deck too.
I never back down from a challenge.
You are wasted pack space. Proliferate 4 times. Good. Oh, hi there. Oh, there was also a Jiang Yanggu.
Let's get this madness into high gear.
No. Also no. Hello. You are useful. I just don't know in what. I like the artwork for this, though. Oh. Oathsworn the Wise scandalized Sphinx society, hooting the answers to riddles as he rampaged through Tin Street. Grengal, on the other hand, sat for hours deep in thought, largely ignored by fellow goblins. This is the best flavor text. I think. There are probably some other cards I'm missing, but yeah. I'm reminded of Terran battle cruisers from StarCraft. That is all. And to spare me some issue, okay, Nifmisit Reborn, Narset, Ilhard. Oh, hello, Bantu. These are all cool. Yeah, I just spared us. That's basically the 50 packs. They were all under $1 a pop, if I did my math right. And I got some mythic rare wild cards to get non-Jaken cards. Like, yeah, I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Alright, collection. Where are you, Teferi? I need you. I need you badly. You and I are going to be friends. Because I'm going to make Sullivan Jess guy out of you. And just for good measure, where are you? Alright, there you are. There. I have a playset of Niv-Mizzet Parun as well. I'll figure out what of the cards I want. It's Sullivan Jeskai, momentarily. But that is what I'm going to be working on next. And I'll have to turn this into an EDH deck. Mostly because it's outlived its usefulness to me. Which is a shame. I could also keep it around for posterity. Which I might end up doing because I don't make many decks in Standard. I get bored of Standard very easily. I owe Trapixium more Villain's Path material, so I shall see you guys when I have it.
So, big shout out to Ninja Steve from Dylan Goo's Discord for recommending me this voxel software. What I wanted to use it for was to determine an adequate voice for Farika, God of Affliction. That way I could emulate a gimmick Trapixium does where he talks to his Theros god, Xenagos, the god of revels. I also considered running a skit where I talked to Xenagos personally using Trapixium's personality as kind of a reference frame for how Xenagos would talk. This idea was scrapped because it would be akin to if Trapixium tried talking to Blake Belladonna from Ruby. I don't think it would have worked out well. Additionally, running a pitch shifter would have probably made people assume I was operating under a persona, which is enough of an assumption that other people have made to where I've argued with people on a podcast about it. I also have had trouble with the trolley in Dylan Goo's Discord when talking to people because they thought I was being edgy, when I was being me. My usual rebuttal is that I haven't had a real voice since I was 13 in the 8th grade because the choir teacher kept forcing me to sing baritone when I did not have the chops to do it. The least fake I can do is probably a low tenor, but this was not discovered until later on in high school. I also learned the existence of countertenor and have been trying to sing countertenor ever since. One of my still ongoing goals is to become a voice actor professionally so I can use my fake voice that I still have to get revenge. I miss my wife, Tails.